Alright, so we are into our first game. One thing that I forgot to mention was that this was a deck that was played by Chris Kempley, K-E-M-P-L-E. I think this is not one of our best hands, but we're gonna keep it anyway. Now has the potential to be quite good. Definitely need some land drops, but if we can somehow have our Hedron Crawler live, we'll probably be off to the races. And looks like everything's gonna be gravy. Oh, we're gonna do it. So I guess there's no reason to show the Westvale Abbey quite yet. So I think that what I want to do is just get my mana online. With an extra 2 mana, next turn I'll be able to play Hedron Archive plus Thought-Knot Seer, which is pretty nice. One thing that's really nice about this deck is because of the Hedron Archive, one of the great things about it is that we have access to all these 2 mana removal spells that really help ensure that it pays off big time. This is a pretty powerful play. Oh yes, we are rocking and we are rolling. Wow, and our opponent's playing the blue-red Eldrazi decks. That's pretty sweet. So Epiphany of the Drownyard's probably not too big of a deal. Our opponent has access to 6 mana. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more for our Ulamog. So long as we can play our Ulamog before he plays his Ulamog, we're probably gonna win. I guess I'll just take the Ulamog. That's like the most powerful card. We can just get the Drowner in Hope with this Titan's Presence. Cast our Matter Reshaper. We also have the option to start bumping out Westvale Abbey tokens, which is kind of cool too. But really what we want to do is just cast Ulamog at some point, get rid of this Hedron Archive, and I don't know, maybe our opponent's Westvale Abbey, but we basically just want to fight a mana war. If we have more mana than our opponent, we're going to be in great shape. Our draw really lined up nicely. I know that there's some people who are afraid of keeping 2 land hands with ramp decks, and certainly a healthy fear to have, but as you can see, sometimes you keep them and they just end up being great draws. Ooh, that's good. So now 1 mana away from our Ulamog. We have 7 mana sources, but we do not have 7 lands, so unfortunately these shrines don't tap for 2 mana quite yet. And 9 mana is actually a pretty nice spot because we can cast Matter Reshaper, and then at the end of our opponent's turn, we can either activate Westvale Abbey or cast Titan's Presence, depending on what's going on. So now our opponent has Epiphany at the Drownyard and a Drowner of open hand. So we don't have to worry about an Ulamog this turn. At least hopefully not. Just depending on what he gets off the Epiphany. Alright, so I need to separate these into, or he separates them into 2 piles, and then I choose which one he gets. So... Hmm. I guess I'll let him get the spawning bed. This can give him some potential chump blockers, but I just really don't care about them. Could be a little annoying with that Westvale Abbey, but we have another 2 Ulamogs in our deck. Kozilek to help find them, as well as like other stuff, so... Oops. We want this one. Oh, that's pretty nice. So our opponent has a Spell Shrivel, so we actually... Man, Oblivion Sower would be great. Cast Oblivion Sower, you can counter it though. So I think probably the best thing to do, just to take care of this thing, although we want to do it inside of combat. And here we'll be able to make another Westvale Abbey token. And another mana, we can cast Oblivion Sower and play around the counterspell we know our opponent has. And I'm not actually that interested in flipping my Westvale Abbey at this point, so long as these Eldrazi signs are on the board. I think it's actually worth it to just block them. So... Ugh. I actually just jam this Oblivion Sower out to bait the counterspell, just so that I can know that I can cast Ulamog on the following turn. And so I believe that bumps us up to 7 lands. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Man, we're only 1 mana short of casting Ulamog this turn, so sick. So now we get to cast Ulamog on our next turn. And hopefully there's just nothing our opponent can actually do about it. The chances are we'll just exile the Drowner and the Jace with our Ulamog. And then we can start really pressuring our opponent and finishing him off. Even if the Ulamog doesn't resolve, we'll still get the exile effect, so in great shape. Oh, so good. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're just keeping 1 mana short from casting everything. We could cast the Oblivion Sower first and hope we hit at least 1 land. And there's a pretty good chance that we do, but I think we're just going to go for this anyway. So 5. Oh wait, hold on, I'm doing this wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, big Papa Ulamog. Might just get like a concession out of our opponent now. Still get to use our mana and like make a Westvale Abbey token, so that's kind of nice. We even crack our Hedron Archive to draw a card. But yeah, this game's basically over. Even if our opponent has his own Ulamog, it's like not going to do anything. There won't be enough, I should say. Pretty sick though. Ooh, I'm actually short. Whoa! No, don't do that. I guess I might as well crack this thing. Oh, that's good. So, and if we attack once with Ulamog, we can like cast our Oblivion Sower to just get literally infinite lands. So insane. So I think what we do here is, well, what we should have done here is pop one of these guys. But I got too excited about the potential of the Sanctum of Ugin. So here what we can do is we can play our Sanctum of Ugin. We can get all the lands that we just exiled. And then we can search up Kozilek. Oh man, this is so gross. I can't believe we're doing this. Wait, hold on. How come it didn't trigger this? Oh, converted mana cost 7 or greater. Shoot, I thought we could get Kozilek and then just reload. Man! I wanted that Kozilek. Alright, whatever. We like win by a million anyway. There's Kozilek. Sick. So we could play a land and cast it, but I think that there's not really any need to show our opponent more cards at this point. He's going to get milled out from this attack, so I don't know what he's doing. Sure. Alright, this time I'm actually going to try to kill him. Reveal our Kozilek just to have this game end. And we did it. Let's see, it's a Spatial Contortion, I guess. Actually, without stick on. Alright, well, kind of bungled along through that, but that was pretty enjoyable. This deck is crazy. So I don't think we really need the Spatial Contortions or Warping Wails. I don't think he has any particularly relevant sorceries. He's got a lot of instants. But these Reality Smashers will be great. I think these Blight Herders will be fairly decent as well. Hmm. Yeah, I guess they help us ramp up. Yeah, let's do it. Just have some amount of interaction, but I think that mostly we just want to smash our opponent's face in. We're basically just the better Eldrazi deck. Mage-Ring Network, so good. So, there's a good chance that I'm just going to jam this into a counter spell, but that's kind of okay. Looks like that is not the case. This opponent's ramping up. And this is a good chance for us to maybe take out of his hand what he's ramping into. Not too worried about a Drowner of Hope. Really worried about things like Ulamog. Oh, Chandra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is kind of tough. Well, if he plays a Chandra, he has to lose it. I think I just want to get rid of the Ulamog. Chandra will end up being like relative small time, believe it or not, in this matchup. That's great for us. It means our Reality Smasher is 100% gonna happen. And we have another Thought-Knot, so we don't really care about another Chandra. They're just gonna bash our opponent's face in. And another Chandra is not really gonna help. God, I love hitting my land drops. Just love it. So I think what we want to do is just ramp up on mana. There's a good chance that this gets countered, but as long as we get some mana out of it, we're going to be golden. No, that's fine. And that's great for us. So now we're up to 8 mana. With another land drop, we can cast Reality Smasher and Thought-Knot Seer, which is no joke. Oh, now our opponent's just dead. LOL. I mean, oh, so I guess this is going to be Spatial Contortion. So I kind of like whatever. And our opponent is Hellbent. So I think here I'm just gonna. Wait, can I? Oh, this is 2 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So, I wish I had another Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Don't really want to cast. Thought-Knot Seer when my opponent is Hellbent. So I'm just going to cast this Reality Smasher, kill my opponent's Chandra, and play Hedron Crawler, and plan on charging up my my Mage-Ring Network so that I can 100% play Ulamog on the following turn. And that'll probably just be game. So like pretty close to just game if I just attacked him and played the Thought-Knot Seer. But so what's the best way to do this? I think I'll just attack with the Reality Smasher first. So I don't really want to go after the Hedron Archive or the Spawning Bed. Because you can like sack them in response. Kind of the only cards that matter though, but you just concede, so I don't have to worry about it.